We kick off the Shopville Showcase series. Steph flying out of the gates early on, living up to the hype. They show so much talent, and in this first lap, it seemed like they would run away with it all, but greatness does put a bullseye on your back, and we see Steph getting taken out right at the end of the first lap, and all of that racing talent that we saw early on, it would not be enough to save them there. But sometimes racing talent, you don't necessarily see it in guys like Roman in the same way you see with Steph, but he's got all the luck in the world. How do you avoid all those flames? Incredible stuff, eyes in the back of his head. Now in lap 2, we see a rivalry develop, and maybe this is the first taste of bad blood that could be developing for years to come. A bomb throw on him doesn't get Papa Oof, but the chase is not over for Astatine, who would really show this weekend that he is one of the top forces in racing. Some impressive stuff we're going to get to see. Blows up Papa Oof with a red shell, but Reno's got a gift for him too. And these three are just in a battle. We go forward, and this is at the very final corner, lap 3. We see that Papa Oof gets taken out by Astatine, who steals that first place and throws the red shell back. As we see Reno here, look at that. Pete-chan so close to him, but Reno just keeping those nerves of, well, steel, and coming in third place. Beautiful stuff we see. And let's look back a little bit further in the back of the pack, but Carly having a great time out there. 7th place, nothing wrong with that. Looking at the standings after the first race, Nerd, Pete-chan both having solid races, but a top 2 really forming between Astatine and Papa Oof. Steph falling all the way into 8th place after that hot start, and definitely looking to bounce back. We saw the pure talent that they have, and there's no doubt that when they are on, they are one of the fastest racers we have seen. We go over to Waluigi Stadium. It looks like a battle park more than a racetrack, and get our first taste of Nerd, and you gotta love the big racers. The meta for so long, skinny Waluigis, you gotta see the track, but this is not only a big racer, but he's on an inside drifting bike, and when anybody breaks the meta, it's just exciting, and I think you root for them a little bit there. But somebody else breaking the meta, that boombox, Astatine blowing him up, Papa Oof blowing up Nerd, and now these three just battling at the end of the first lap. Nerd catching a red shell, and those things don't often miss, but when you're as big as that, not a lot does. And look at this, Astatine up in first place, showing that he's a talented racer, but part of being so talented in this game, it means you're going to eat a lot of blue shells. Look at this pup Nerd, once again coming after Papa Oof. He blocks the first one. Is anything else in store as they go into the third lap? No, he holds on. Beautiful work and a little bit dangerous. And now we see NQ Winter. The bullet is going to pay off. Beautiful work with it. And they are right in the mix. Somehow, they avoid those 3 green shells. I don't know what they're doing out there. They're racing crazy. But I think I like their spirit. We go. They are still going. They are fighting back into this one. Up in the front. After being in the back, that bullet has made a huge difference. And they're in a potential battle for first place with Papa Oof and Astatine. This is just craziness on the final corner. Blows up Nerd, who had a chance for first. I don't know how he threw that green shell sideways. And look how close this gets. We got NQ Winters in third place behind. But this is the definition of a photo finish. We roll it back in slow motion just so we can sit back and truly enjoy what we're watching. And I just can't. We're 2 races in and you've already seen it. Shell after shell at each other. Boom boxes. And just photo finishes. I can't believe the treat that we've got with these 2 racers battling. We look at the standings. Nerd, a very strong event. They jump up into third place overall. Babinski falls out back into 5th. We see NQ Winters and Steph. NQ Winters, their hero is Steph, their inspiration. So to be tied with them, that must be exciting. This is something that I had never seen somebody get that much air before. Pete-chan on a fan favorite bike. I've never seen anybody use that one before. It's really wicked. It looks like a bruiser's bike, and man, I just can't get enough of that air. But something else the fans can't get enough of, what I've been raving about, this back and forth battle between Papa Oof and Astatine. And geez, look at Astatine. You got Papa Oof with the fire. He just is untouchable, and he uses that boombox all the while to blow up a fellow racer. I can't believe what I'm seeing, to be quite honest. This final corner in the second lap, deja vu for Papa Oof, and it's just not a good place for him to be. Steph and Astatine battling things out, and a beautiful shell that hits two of the top racers. Steph is racing really well. We see Nerd. He is flying in there. He's in first place. He is doing everything in his power to win this event and really solidify himself as a podium threat out of nowhere. Wasn't talked about before this week, but right now he's in a great position. The lightning does not help, and a blue shell coming. There is no way that you think that he can hold on, but boy, oh boy, he just squeaks across the line. And as we see, it is just photo finishes. Papa Oof falling into 7th, and just, we are treated to incredible racing. P-Chan, that bike is beautiful. It's fantastic looking, but he is a hot and cold racer. He's had some great races out here, but this was not one of them. Looking at the race results, Astatine looking unstoppable, looking like we're not going to catch him, but Nerd surprisingly coming out of nowhere in these last couple events and jumping into second place. A chance to really solidify that they're a top talent in this final race coming up. Carly and Roman and Babinski all just having solid race events, and P-Chan, Mr. Hot and Cold, the 12th in that event, but some great racing before that. And I can't wait to see in Moo Moo Meadows, we start out Astatine trying to take the shortcut, and it is not good for him with that red shell. Looking at the final corner of the first lap, Steph, the item work is brilliant, and you're going to see a lot of that in this race. What Steph is doing, as I say, there's a little bit of rough edges, there's a little bit of potential there, but they are talented as all else, and we will see how that unfolds. And here's where the rough edges hits that cow. Those things are hard to miss. But Astatine, he takes advantage. He's technical on the track, and he just knows those shortcuts so well. It's like he's driven this his whole life. But once again, let's look at that. A double boomerang throw. Carly and Papa Oof both together. Steph is just a force when they're in the zone. And look at this. P-Chan, tough race before, and here he is battling for first. He's just Mr. Hot and Cold, and I think with a little bit more prep, he'll be incredible. But that same cow, that is not a repeat clip. Steph just having a tough time getting around things. The final corner, Astatine slows down, blows up P-Chan, and in the chaos, Steph is able to absolutely capitalize. Incredible work on her part. She is flying in there, and once again we see Papa Oof and Astatine just inches apart. Incredible racing, and that concludes a fantastic first event. Astatine, really strong 48 points. Steph just coming short of the podium, and Nerd, the surprise, falls off in that final event and lets Papa Oof really take over. But some incredible racing all around, and it's going to be so exciting to see what really unfolds in that second event as well.